Good morning, welcome to High Desert Family Doodles. My name's Erin. Honey's gonna join me. She and Luna are playing in the other room, but I'll probably bring them in and out so they're not loud. And today I am just gonna share with you a little bit more about what we feed our pups. We do have a video already kind of explaining why we do our diversified doodle diet that I'll link below as well. But along with that, I just wanted to share what we put on top or in addition to our standard diet for our mamas, particularly when they're pregnant, when they're nursing, and then also for our puppies. Our next big transition for all three of our litters that we currently have on the ground is food, which is crazy. They have lots of transitions. 3 to 4 weeks, there's a lot going on. They start to do potty training introduction. They get noise exposure. Then they also have their first exposure items for curriculum. But food is a huge integration starting week 3, sometimes week 4. But Winnie's puppies are ready right in the middle of week 3. And so I'm going to start prepping some things. And so I thought I would show you that. Behind me is my little station that I tend to use. This is our dining room. Our kitchen is that entry back that you can see. And so I bring a lot of our stuff out here to just prep and mix our food. And then we use this as a secondary curriculum area for puppies when we don't need our dining room. So that's how this is set up. I've got Winnie's food. And so I'm just gonna share with you a couple of things. Hope you enjoy. Okay, I just mixed some of Winnie's food. I've shared a little bit too. We have hunted on our property for the last few years. So we have a ton of elk meat that's our scrap. You wouldn't necessarily eat, but is great for dogs and much better than the food that you find in even raw food diets often, the type of meat that goes in there. So our dogs get premium elk in this bowl. So we've kind of transitioned with Winnie out of the pudding, kind of a mother's milk pudding that we use for pumping up her nursing capacity. We always give calcium while she's nursing. So in this bowl, you have her kibble, our diversified diet, as well as some elk. I have yogurt, and then I sprinkle pumpkin, and that helps with digestion and solidifying their poop as they're getting some of the extra things like yogurt or pudding or cottage cheese that we add to mama's diet. So that's what we do. I also buy some raw food toppers. Something like this is a little bit of a addition on top of their food just to make their kibble more appealing. Now she's eating kibble really well, but the first couple weeks they just want the toppers, and so that helps integrate more into the kibble, getting them a little more calories. I mentioned that I put pumpkin, so we use this pumpkin powder, which is really great. We then mix that in with the puppies too, which I'll explain soon. But that's really for mamas. The mother's milk recipe you can find online, that comes from Puppy Culture, and we're really thankful for that. We make quite a few batches in the first couple weeks, but we just started pulling that, integrating our toppers. You can also get from Paw Tree. These are great little seasonings. They'll claim that like you don't want to eat the same from every day, so give a little flavor, and they have all kinds of flavors. We usually just get the superfood ocean fish blend, and I just do that once in a while kind of as a treat topper on their food. You don't want to do it every day because then it just gets normal to be part of their food, and then it's not a special thing. But I'll do that, and we have a couple different things from Paw Tree like seasoning and bone broth that we'll mix in with food as well. So that's what I'm doing for Winnie. I just mixed this up, so I wanted to show you. But she eats like 3 or 4 bowls of this right now while she's nursing. The puppies are 3 weeks old. She's solely nursing them until I, this week transition into mush. And so she's eating a lot, but we want to make sure that she gets the calories she needs to keep the puppies, fed well too. So there's that. Winnie food, and that's what we do with our mamas. Really, the only difference with pregnancy, with like nursing mamas and what we do here versus with pregnancy is that we don't use calcium until after they've birth their puppies, whelp their litter, and then they need that calcium because that's what is producing the milk. Their bodies will pull it out of their, pull calcium out of their bodies to make milk before they realize how much it's depleted. So we just want to keep calcium going for our mamas, particularly while they're nursing. But you don't want to give calcium too much or in too big quantities, especially right before they whelp. That could delay labor, but we give a lot once they have puppies. So there's weaning food. All right, now what do we do with puppies? I don't have their bowl with me. I'll show that to you when I start their food this week. But what we do with puppies is first integrate just water, which they've gotten already, then just goat milk, mush, soaked kibble before they can have full hard kibble, which is full teeth erupted. We want to wait till they can chew well before they get non-soaked kibble. So what I do for that, I have a puppy food container. I've got my puppy mix that is all mixed up with our diversified diet. Same thing as we do with our mamas. The only difference is that our Purina is a puppy blend for our puppies. And then I will just take this, put it straight into my puppy food only blender. And then I'm gonna blend and mix this a little bit at a time. I don't wanna put too much because we don't wanna like liquefy the food. It will mix up into our goat milk with water to make that mush, but we don't want to have it be like super thin. This will thicken it up, but all that to say, we're gonna blend a whole container worth of food, and I'm prepping 3 litters right now, so I've got 3 of these containers that I'm gonna blend up, split to my houses, and just keep like my back stock here in one house so that we never run out. But I'm gonna blend, and then we mix with goat milk powder. I buy that in bulk. Same thing with our pumpkin, and I will use both initially in my mush because I want them to have kind of this transitional formula to mush time, and then we use pumpkin initially with the puppies because it helps them digest that initial food introduction into their system. So I will show you kind of how that looks. It's a big process to one at a time get all these blended, and then kind of show you how this week, through the week, we do puppy integration with food. So that's what we're going to show you this week. Hope you enjoy. Let us know if you have any questions. First food for the babies. This is just goat milk mixed with warm water and a little bit of formula, which is their like second set formula. So put it in my second pen right here, and then bring the puppies over to keep them a little cleaner in their other pen. And this is their first taste